Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lakeville Open Space Committee meeting of Thursday, November 6th, 2025, 6 p.m. at the Lakeville Senior Center. I'm Chair David Zalonis, and all active members are present except for Melissa Turcott is absent. So, and we do have one open seat. LakeCAM is recording. Is anybody else recording?
No.
No. All right, this meeting is now called to order. First item on the agenda is the review and possible approval of the October 2nd meeting minutes. Everybody's had a chance to review them. Any discussion on the October 2nd meeting?
There's always something, isn't there?
Oh. All right, let me get my pen up.
Vigors is one word, V-I-G-E-R-S.
One word?
Yeah. Jim Vigors, the Vigors family.
Okay, I didn't
How
know.
would you know? You didn't go
No.
up here.
No? All right, so does that only show up one place?
Where was
That's it.
that?
I didn't notice that.
Where was that? Where is it?
Page 5,
Page
I didn't even
5.
notice
the
that.
third line down, existing trails.
Okay, that's the only thing.
That's right, I missed it the first time.
I didn't see it either.
Well, I think
Where?
it actually.
I almost didn't read them
I
again.
think it was
blank
OR
'cause I thought it
as
was all
before.
Yeah.
And I had corrected to ERS,
No,
because I
it was
think I saw
ERS,
that in your
yes.
email, but I think you had an
I
asterisk
may
in your
have,
email.
yeah.
But it is a person's name, and there should not be an
I don't
asterisk.
see it.
That's what you're saying. All right, so I will let Kathy know we have one correction to make. Anything else? Okay, do I have a motion to
I make a motion to accept.
accept with the one correction? Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, is unanimous to accept the October 2nd meeting minutes with one correction on Vigors. Okay. Okay, next item on the agenda is the committee commission updates. So the Assawampset Pond Complex meets quarterly. We had an update last meeting, so there is no update for this meeting. Their next meeting is December 10th, 9 a.m. at the police station, and after that meeting, I'll have an update at our January meeting. The Conservation Commission, I did check, they did have an agenda posted for an October meeting, and pretty, well, not a lot of items on the agenda. It was just one 3.7 acre parcel on Clear Pond Road that was going through a wetland restoration enforcement. So I guess some of the wetlands had been encroached on and they were being cleaned up, and then some plantings going on. But that's what the Conservation Commission does, enforcing the Wetlands Protection Act. So, but that was interesting. Other than that, there's nothing else significant to report. They are working on the bylaws, the wetland protection bylaws for Lakeville, and I don't know any details on that. But that was it. Historical Commission?
Brian?
Okay, there is a subcommittee of the Historical Commission, it's the 175th Committee. And we recently had a tour of Thompson Hill Cemetery, where the members of the committee spoke about the people that are buried in that cemetery, Thompson Hill Cemetery. I spoke about Ben Simon, who was a Native American, and he was aide-de-camp to General Washington at Valley Forge. And Joan, you want to mention some of the other people?
Well, I
we
spoke
talked
about the Turners, we have the 2 table stones. Caleb Turner was a minister at the precinct church when it was down below, and he and his wife were buried there. Her mother is buried there. The minister after him was buried there. His nephew is buried there, who was a member of a Michigan Civil War unit who was in the procession for Abraham Lincoln's funeral. So some very interesting people there.
Wow.
It was a great tour.
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah, it was a really good tour.
Lynn went. She had a good time, I think.
Yeah, I did. That's why I knew about the people that untie his shoelaces.
Yes. Oh, the puckwudgies.
Was it Puckwudgies?
Puckwudgies.
So, yeah, it was good.
Anything else historical?
I don't think so.
That's about all I have. It's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
slow
a
time of
slow
year for
season.
everybody now.
But we will have more.
Okay, oh, that's very good. Community Preservation Committee, Lynn?
Yes, so the committee accepted first step applications for funds that we reviewed. Only one was moved forward to step two that would apply to the open space. And they presented a project, an outdoor fitness court and studio that would be placed in the ADA compliance space at Ted Williams Camp. And the intent is to support the well-being, fitness, and health of the community by encouraging more than time outdoors and everyday movement. So basically, recreation and open spaces together, so they're looking for 8 open space recreation funds. And they're looking for 100,000, which we don't have, but, yeah, the total estimated cost of this project will be $270,000.
So who put the request in?
I think that the select board recommended that Andrew and Lacey try to get this. They're applying for grants as well to support this. You know, other towns have these outdoor fitness facilities, so that's just they're trying. I think it was a select board that suggested that they try to do this.
Okay.
So it's moving to the step two, which I don't really know yet what that is, but when you get an application for step two, once you're approved for step one, they're not online. And then, I don't know, I mean, some people were, it would be nice if we could just save the money to buy more land, but, you know, we'll see what the town wants. They're gonna try to do a survey to find out how much interest there is too.
Yeah, I had heard about these outdoor fitness places. I don't know where I heard about it, but a lot of towns
Yeah.
around the country are doing them. And it is a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah, it is a good
People,
thing.
So
the
did it pass
community-
step one?
It's past step one.
Right.
That was the only one, and then the historical for the renovation.
Oh,
Yeah.
more Thompson Hill, yeah.
And they get some grant money and then some CPA funds.
They're trying, yeah, to get some grant money.
So
to
nothing will have to
propose.
come out of the town budget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think
So,
that,
I mean,
yeah,
it's-
so,
Hopefully,
Yeah, so
maybe
that
maybe
was-
it's matching funds, at least they'll cut it in half.
yeah, so, so that
That's
was really the only thing that pertained to open space.
Okay, very good, thank you. And no update on the park commission because Melissa is not here, so we'll move on to the next agenda item, which is the 2025 open space plan status, which we hope is the
We're
2025
still waiting, we're still
plan.
waiting, I know, we've been running out of time. We're still waiting for it to come back from DCR.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid I was gonna hear, but it's gotta be
I
getting
mean, they
close.
said it was gonna take a long time.
Will they, if it goes into 2026, will they make it a 2026
I
plan?
don't think so.
So
I
we
think
get 10 years?
I don't
added
think
to
so,
that?
I think it'll still 25,
I think we should get 10 years from when it's approved,
not a bad
so.
idea.
No, I think
we'll
that's a
have to
good
fight
idea,
for that
but.
one, yes. But, you know, we got it in there.
We got it in,
Took
they've had
years,
it for a long time now, they've had it for months.
Yeah,
It's really good. I mean, they did a good job.
all right, so hopefully, in December, we'll have something back for us to review for final approval, I hope, or maybe some updates, I don't know. But, yeah, I would, if it goes into 26, it should become the 26 plan. With a-
I'll ask them.
Yeah, with a 10-year life from approval date. Okay, thanks, Joe.
I'll ask them.
Yeah. Okay, on the next item is just as a carryover, still from the Chapter 61 property list evaluation we did earlier this year. So there were, actually, there were 2 properties I asked Jim Rassman, the Mass DCR Forester, to check on. And one of them was, it said it had expired and it's in the assessor's records, but it was on the list. So I figured it was okay, it was just the assessor's records weren't updated. And they verified that that parcel, which was 71 acres, there was an updated plan approved in 2024. And so the new plan period is 2025 to 2034. So that one is all set, and that was just a question. The other one that did expire was 15.6 acres over by the Berkeley line on County Road. And I notified town assessor and the assessor's office, and also Jim Rassman, the Mass DCR agent. And so what ended up happening is Jim Rassman went to he said it has expired as at the end of '21, so there's definitely something got missed there. So he went to the consultant for the Chapter 61 Forest Management Plan, who then talked to the landowner, and we don't have anything back yet. But the landowner has been informed of the issue, because I don't think the assessor's letter ever went out, because we had a change in assessors right when that was happening. And we still don't have a full-time assessor. We have an interim assessor who works mostly remotely, and but I can email with him. But hopefully by next month, so this is in progress, we'll have word back that they're gonna renew the Chapter 61. Hopefully that would be ideal.
What happens to the 4 years that we're missing?
Well, it looks like it was an error on the town's part for
So
not,
just a lost,
yeah, that's what I would think. You know, they got the tax break for those years,
yeah?
but if they don't renew, they will start to be taxed at full
Okay,
development value of the 15.6 acres, which is all vacant land. It's all forest land.
okay.
So I think there's a change in the family, and I think it just got missed. So we'll see what happens. But that's ongoing. Let's see, agenda item 6 was the Lakeville Arts and Music Festival, which Joan covered, both not on the Historic Commission, but also our committee.
Oh, we had a good time there. A lot of people came in. I talked to a lot of people about open space. I handed out a lot of brochures and some of the things that you had brought that you got from DCR, wherever you got them from.
Yep.
And people said they're really happy about what we're trying to do to promote open space in Lakeville, to get more trails, and people were very happy. So it was a very successful day.
Oh, good.
Okay. And so it's something we should do again, plan on doing again next year? We should plan on doing again next year. The
Oh,
Historic Commission does
absolutely,
it every year.
absolutely. It worked fine to have them
We-
together.
Piggyback with you together. that makes
exactly.
things really easy. All right.
That worked really well.
All right, well, thank you. All right, item 7 is the Land Conservation Outreach Program. Just a review of the results, because, you know, everything has been done, and it's just some things are still happening, but I have got some notes here. If we go down the list of our items. So we had the annual Massachusetts Town Forest Conference on October 4th, same day as the Arts and Music Festival. 130 attendees, and I did ask for a count of how many Lakeville residents were there, because some Lakeville landowners might not live in Lakeville, but you couldn't break that down. But there were 5 Lakeville residents, besides myself. I attended the conference, but 5 that were probably landowners, because nobody else from the committee was there. So that was good. And it was an excellent conference. They had short speakers on land conservation. They did a Middleborough history presentation. They had networking booths set up for the Mass DCR, Wildlands Trust, Mass Woods. There's another outfit I met there, Southeastern Mass Sporting and Conservation Alliance. And they had some interest in talking with us, so we exchanged information. And a bunch of others. So it was a good, very nice setup at the Middleborough High School. And there was a waiting list to get in, and they do it once a year, but it moves to different towns. Let's see. So that is done. The contacting the Mass DCR Service Forester, Jim Rassman. I asked him how many calls he had gotten, and he received 8 inquiries from Lakeville residents based on this outreach program,
Great.
which is
That's
very good.
Yeah.
And let's see, and that's ongoing. So the next one was the online Wildlands Trust live webinar. And I think I saw Melissa was online, so Melissa and I were there. It didn't seem to be heavily attended, but it was a very good presentation, and I forwarded all the slides to everybody to take a look at. There's a lot of good information in there, and Wildlands Trust is doing a great job in this area. And,
Oh, I love Wildlands Trust. They're
and,
really good.
They are, and we'll be
And-
talking more about them when we get to the trails thing, too, because
right.
they're heavily involved in that. But, yeah, they're very good, and they're, they mentioned, well, some property over near Cross Street, about 100.
They do.
Yeah, so,
They, I think 5 CRs in Lakeville.
yeah, they own some property there, and they're looking to acquire more property. there.
Right. Some of them are pretty good size and some of them are pretty
Yeah,
small,
I think
so.
I think it was about 115 or 125 acre parcel over there that they're, if it comes up, they want to get a hold of that, because
That's great.
it abuts some of their property in Lakeville that they already have in conservation.
That's what they like, right?
Yeah.
It makes big,
They-
big
yeah,
plots.
yeah. Because I asked them if they were proactive in looking at, for places to add, and he said they are, and that's one of them in Lakeville that they're looking at. But always, if we see something that comes up, we can, run it by them and see if they have any interest in it. Okay, so that was very good. Then the UMass Extension Masswoods pamphlets that we placed at the town hall, the library, and here, and I went and took an inventory. We moved some pamphlets, so.
Good.
At the town hall, 20 were taken of the Chapter 61, 13 of the Protecting Your Legacy pamphlets were taken. At the library, 11 Chapter 61s and 13 Legacy. And at the senior center, looks like 2 Chapter 61s and 3 Legacy. So for a total of 33 Chapter 61 pamphlets were picked up and 29 Legacy pamphlets. Yeah. And so that's pretty good. So that's the interest we may not have heard directly, or maybe it's some of the people that called in and did things. And this is all available online too. So some people may just
I didn't keep track. I just asked people if they were interested at Arts and Music.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
keep track of how many I gave
But
away. Right.
I just took an inventory
Yes.
earlier today before the meeting to see how well it was done. So we still have, at the town hall, there's 4 Chapter 61s left and 7 legacies. In the library, there's 9 Chapter 61s and 7 legacies, and then 4 and 3 here at the senior center. So I think, we're pretty much probably at the end of people picking up stuff, so I think we've got enough there. I could move a little bit from the library over to the town hall. That was
And there was some more in
biggest,
the box too.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So, anyway, so that was pretty good. And then the last one was contacting Open Space Committee, which I did receive another email last week from somebody interested in Chapter 61. They had been in 61A, but they were no longer eligible, I believe, and they were looking to go to 61 open space. So I emailed back, gave them contact information, I haven't heard back yet. So, but anyway, so that makes a total of 4 inquiries that I received, plus 1 address correction request. So overall, when you look at, these are the things we presented for the outreach program. It was very successful with even the ones we didn't hear from. A lot of people are more informed now, and a lot of people did participate. So it was definitely a great effort by the committee. So, and right now it's probably a little more follow-up to go, but it's basically it's done, and we'll just as inquiries come in. I did ask at the assessor's office if they had seen increased volume, and they did. They had a lot of people coming in about Chapter 61 and inquiring. Yeah. So definitely successful program. I think that's about it for that. So we'll, probably next meeting we'll just see if there's any more follow-up. I know we've got that 1 open item, and then probably we can take that off the agenda, but maybe 1 more follow-up. Okay, the next item on the agenda is item 8, the Lakeville Hiking Trails development, which is, we just kicked off last meeting, and I know Melissa, and then I believe we're gonna head that up, and Melissa's not here, and Lynn, if you wanna lead discussion on this, I know this a
Well,
lot.
a beautiful trail. So I first went by myself.
Well, you could say
I
that.
didn't see any trails.
This is pretty funny.
She went across the street.
She went behind the cowboy
yeah.
shack.
And I'm
Okay.
like, this doesn't look like a very good trail. So then Joan, we went Sunday with Joan and Bob, and it's a beautiful trail. Yeah, it's very well maintained.
It's pretty
Oh,
well
it's perfect.
maintained.
It's
right.
good.
It's got one
Yeah.
big log that needs to be
Right,
taken
then
care of, but other
somebody
than
tried
that,
to solve it, but they didn't get through it. Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
I almost went over there with one that
Right, exactly.
didn't get to
I
it.
mean, the highway department is supposed to maintain the trails.
Okay.
And you
Oh.
can
Oh,
see
they
how,
are.
yes, that's because the cemetery's out there. So they keep the trails, and the cemetery commission actually said we have trees down and sent the highway department out to cut the trees out. But it's really the responsibility of the Concom to take care of Vigas,
Right.
because that's one of
So-
their properties. I mean, they're responsible for signage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the trails overall seem, it's one loop and then there's some spurs going off it. But, that are dead-ended, but private property and things.
Right.
And some
Like
are,
Jones.
some are
Yes,
posted,
exactly.
and some are not posted at the end of the spurs.
Right.
But,
And they don't all belong to Vigas, so I mean, I think, like the one that goes off by the cemetery,
Oh, yeah,
not part of Vigas,
oh, it's
Okay.
not?
no.
No.
that's
so-
interesting, yeah.
Yeah, but so that's part of Conservation Committee. That's under their.
That's under their purview,
So if we
you should
do
talk-
anything, we have to.
We should maybe go to Concom, or have Concom come here and talk to
Yeah,
them.
no, yeah,
about-
Nancy Yates.
And Nancy, because Nancy does the APC too,
Yeah.
so maybe we should get together with Concom.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because we should have signs. I mean, we didn't, whatever, create maps. We can't do it. I looked at some software
Yeah.
online, but,
Yeah, well, I think right now, we're definitely in information gathering,
Right.
find out,
I
what.
mean, if you had the maps, like put the cemetery on it, but also the vernal pools that we
right,
looked
right,
at,
exactly, right.
the big granite,
Oh, yeah.
the big drop
Posts.
from the glacier that's
Yeah.
up on the right-hand
Yeah.
side. I mean,
Yeah.
all of these things should be things that we point out on the maps.
Right,
Yep.
right. And a little history
little history.
about the wagons that used to
Yes,
transport people
exactly.
to
That's
church.
perfect, yeah, you gotta get
Yeah,
that in
get
there.
have
all
that in
that
there.
information in there, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's important.
It'd be, yeah, I think that was so fascinating. But, so looking at the plan, the only other places that have trails is Ted Williams, right?
Yes,
Betty's Neck
Betty's neck.
and Assawamsett. Is that the only?
Well, Assawamsett is,
It's behind
Betty's Neck is
school.
part of that,
APC,
but
yeah.
it
Oh.
also goes into Middleborough and Rochester, so it's 3 towns. And when I talked to Nancy, and she gave me, and I think I brought them last
Oh, I
time.
meant Assawamsett School,
Oh,
behind the
school.
school.
Oh, school.
Yeah,
we got
and
that
that's
on
what
a
the
long
school
time
had,
ago.
yeah, exactly.
But that's
I
run
mean,
by
that
the
could be
school
reopened.
committee.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
But
There is a
it's-
trail there.
yeah, no, I'm sorry, Assawamsett School. Behind the school, there's trails. But,
Yeah, it was the nature trails.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I went there a long time ago, but so I haven't been there. So those trails, I don't know if we look at those too, but,
I think we should.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
how many acres is that? Is
I
it?
don't
Oh,
know.
I didn't write down the
I didn't write
acres.
that
I
down
just, yeah, I didn't write down the acres. I just,
And
because we have to bring a computer.
Yeah.
does it have a name for that land? or-
They were just called the nature trails.
Yeah, it's behind the school.
It's behind the
I know
school.
where it was. It's
Going
like-
down towards the
yeah.
pond.
I think
Yeah.
there's a sign out there, isn't there?
They used to be, I don't know if they're
Yeah,
still
I haven't
there.
been
My
there.
wife and I drove through there one time, like a year ago, and I
I haven't
thought,
been
oh,
through
they
there
got
in a while.
trails here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how large it is, so.
No.
Yeah, so those are the only ones that I saw in open space that have trails, right?
Right, and Howland Road the Howland Road property probably should have some trails.
Howland Road.
Howland Road.
Okay, and that's,
I just contacted the assessor's office about the Howland Road property, because we know people have, over the years, we've given this piece away and we've gotten this piece. So I actually, in my notes that I have for the, to give to you, I want to find out exactly how many acres we have left there and where they are, because we've traded some away, we've gotten some back. They didn't always used to belong to us, now they used to belong to Audubon, so. So we need to
I
see
don't know about that at all.
what actually belongs to Lakeville now.
All right, so some is town-owned and some Mass Audubon.
Yeah,
and there-
exactly.
And there are trails in there?
Not really.
Because a lot of it's wetland.
A lot of it's wetland, but there used to be, and people go hiking in there all the time, but if people can go hiking in there and they belong to the town or Mass Audubon, I should think the people would want people to go in there and
Those,
enjoy the trails.
right.
Sure.
And
Or
even
make some trails
identify-
that people
yeah,
could enjoy.
Right,
Yep.
and identify so they stay out of the areas they shouldn't be in.
Exactly.
Is that That's just under the town, it's not under, the conservation
No.
committee or anything, so,
No, that's the town.
yeah. But we could definitely work with them on it.
No, it was
I'm trying to find out from the assessor's office right now how many acres we have there and what it looks like.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything online.
Oh, you couldn't? On the
No.
database, no?
No.
Oh,
You'd be surprised what you can't find on the database.
so. All right, so.
wasn't there a trail at Clear Pond Park also? I thought we mentioned that last
I
meeting.
didn't,
That's a good question.
I didn't see it in the open space.
I don't
but
think, there used to be maybe, but I don't think there is anymore. We used to go around. I don't think
Around
there
the
is.
pond?
Did they dig that? That's what they dug up to put the
Yeah,
water line in.
the water line in.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was mentioned that there was one there last time, but maybe it's no longer there, but I guess, so Vigors definitely is something. Betty's Neck, and there is some information out on Betty's Neck. and-
Yeah,
And that's a
And-
nice
Yeah.
map.
And there's a map here, but it's really hard to read. And I did walk Betty's Neck, and some of the signage is, it's like,
Some of
it's
yeah.
was it the white and the blue trail or something is marked on the trees, and I think a lot of the paint's gone now, and, because it was hard, the trail, I think, is in good shape, but you couldn't tell which trail you were going on.
Right.
And if there's a trail to go down to the water, which people do, to walk along the shore of the water, I don't know where it is. We just took a spot and grabbed onto some trees and went down.
Yeah. Now, that's under the APC too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, but that part, Betty's Neck is in Lakeville,
Yeah.
but it is part of the APC. So maybe, and Nancy Yates was saying that all those trails are maintained, even through, the entire APC, because they need them for, around the water and everything. And, maybe there's, this here is just online on Betty's Neck by itself. This here is the whole APC with a map, but it's, like I said, it's very hard to read, and so there's a lot of room for improvement. I mean, it's a very general
Very
map
general.
here. This one is on the Buzzards Bay Coalition.
yeah,
Put
okay,
this out.
yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, and
I've taken one of the
puts
pictures
this
from
one
that.
out. But, so there is some information on Betty's Neck, but it needs to be better, and this is also a Betty's Neck map that's, again, not the greatest as far as trails go. I mean, it's the whole APC, I guess. So it defines where the APC is, but it doesn't really show you the
Yeah, it
trails.
doesn't.
No. And back on Vigors, I guess there is a Friends of Vigors group that's on Facebook. I don't go on
I'm
Facebook.
not
The
on
person who
Facebook either.
had Friends of Vegas moved away,
Was that Sarah?
Kulikovich.
Oh, she's gone?
and it was not good when she did Friends of Vegas. It was not good.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
but she's gone anyway, so that was the
She's gone.
contact.
It was not
Somebody
good.
gave me that contact. But I don't go on
Gone through that,
Facebook, so I
I don't
didn't
know.
check
Right.
it. All right,
I
so.
mean, it'd be good to maybe have another group.
But if anybody goes on Facebook, they could see if there's a Friends of Vigors group there.
Yeah, there's not, I looked.
No, there
I
isn't.
looked everywhere.
Oh,
I
okay,
looked
so-
everywhere.
so
There's
that's-
not.
No longer exists. Okay.
See, so it's interesting, when I Googled it to find out where it was and everything, there was some comments being made by some people, like, there's no parking. So here I am on the street, down the way,
There's
there's no
plenty of
parking here, so I'm
sanitary.
waiting and waiting.
There's
and look,
plenty of parking.
I'm looking in the woods, and I'm like, there's no trail here.
It's,
So just as I'm ready to quit and go home, I thought, I'm gonna go check where those guys were. 'Cause I didn't recognize
were.
anybody. And I pulled up and I was like, there's the trail right there. You can't miss it.
And I owe you
Well, I
an
missed
apology
it.
because I emailed you back, but I didn't send it. I
Oh.
said, see you there. Whoops.
Yeah.
So, on the parking, why is it parallel parking only?
I don't know. It is
Is it
parallel.
for a safety thing? Because you can get a lot more cars in there if you
Yeah, maybe it
pulled in
is.
and backed out. But
Yeah.
if you back out,
Yeah.
you're going
Is
to
it
a
the
street
septic?
maybe.
Yeah. Maybe they don't want you backing out into Pickens Street.
Because parallel parking only limits you to 6 or 8 cars or something, whereas you could probably.
Even
I didn't
even
know
if
it was
it's
that
that,
far.
that many,
If
be
that,
surprised. Yeah.
And,
I mean, there was 2 of us there,
Yeah.
and it took up
Yeah.
pretty much the whole
yeah,
space.
so maybe
there.
only like 4 cars.
you're talking about the inside, right? Where the sign is that says parallel parking?
Yeah.
Are you talking about inside the gate?
inside
No,
the gate, no.
Oh,
No, out on the road.
Where I was
Okay, because
parked.
there's a sign where I was parked that says parallel parking only.
Okay, but there's parallel parking just over there too, so
Yeah.
there's parking behind the Cowboy Shack as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Yeah, that's,
Oh,
and it
right.
says parallel parking.
Oh.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
So we have the map, we just show where the parking is, because it's,
Yeah, so that's,
Yeah,
I
that's
wondered
the-
where you were. I thought you came with them. I was like, there's only
No.
one car here.
And I was in my son's car, so she didn't recognize
Oh,
me.
okay.
so that is pretty limited parking with the parallel parking.
yeah, it's limited.
Well, but it's a limited type of place.
That
I
is
mean,
true.
It
you
is.
could
too.
have
It's not
100
for- it's-
people
Yeah,
there.
it's not very big.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be Mount Washington.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
true. And I don't know if I brought this Wildlands Trust map last time or not.
No, I don't recall.
Pass it on. This one happens to be for, well, that's a specific one. Bridgewater and Halifax, they go by towns, and they got like 4 maps all on one little
Oh.
thing here. And I did walk one of these,
Complicated.
the Great River Preserve, and you know, they got the trails all pretty well marked out, and you know, there's benches, and it was in good shape. Of course, Wildlands Trust, and they don't, and pass this around, but I want to say you can go online to wildlandstrust.org trails, and they have 23 maps. I just printed this one out
Oh,
of,
okay.
of another
Look
one.
at them.
And this one here happens to be the Great Neck Conservation Area in Wareham.
What is this?
And anybody can go on and print these out, and it'd be
Oh, so
nice
it's
for, maybe Lakeville, we can do something like that. And
I'd
then,
like to see it.
and they have the map, and then they have a little information sheet on it.
It's nice.
So they will do this for us?
Well, I'm sure for a price.
Oh.
So, now Serpent, you know, I guess we have an account with Serpent, and if there's money in there, they may be
Yeah,
able
we
to do
have
something.
X amount of hours every year,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
so-
Oh, you do?
yeah.
But, I think, they definitely do a great job, and if
Beautiful.
we did something along those lines, you know, yeah, I don't think you can go wrong.
No, this is,
But, you know, you identify which trails, you know, locations, and combine some in a map, or maybe individuals like that.
yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, you go on there, all 23 maps are all on one page, you just pick which one you want, go in, and print the
I
map
think I
and
was a
everything.
member of that.
And so it's something we could do.
So,
I do, I'll say there's, I just happened to walk another one, but it was the coal conservation land in Carver, and not maintained. And it doesn't look good when it's not, actually, and it's not the greatest. It's not very scenic anyways, but it was convenient where I was, so walked it. There's plenty of trails, and there's old cranberry bog, and there's a, you know, little retention pond, and the trails are, I think at one time it was well marked, but you can see like the Boy Scout plaque on the bench, which is all overgrown and starting, you know, so it doesn't look good when things aren't maintained. So I think whatever we do, there's gotta be a maintenance plan, has gotta be there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Actually, a lot of the trail work at Figures was an Eagle Scout project.
right.
So if we can find another Eagle Scout, that would be handy.
Yeah, it's gotta be an ongoing thing.
Mm.
So, and you said the Highway Department and the Conservation Commission, they
Should work
maintain it,
hand
so.
in hand for us.
So, but I think before we post all the maps,
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
understand what the maintenance is, it's gotta be like a yearly basis, somebody goes in, and everything, the signs are still there, the paths are clear,
Mm.
cause we're advertising to the residents to go out and use them, and if they're not maintained, it's.
Yeah, I mean, we also have to identify like that loop, I mean, you
Right.
know, we couldn't
We
get
didn't
in
do-
there
we
because
didn't even
I
do
don't
the
think it
loop.
was clear,
Yeah.
yeah, so, you know, like if that loop is available, that's, you know, so, but I guess, you know,
Mhm.
conservation, well,
Mhm.
they'll know, right, so,
Mm.
Yeah, so
so,
how would we go about setting up, it sounds like you wanna set up a meeting with the conservation, whether it be just with Nancy or with the whole
Mm.
commission, or what? Probably
I think you have to offer the
meeting
whole
with
committee, right? Don't you have to offer it to the whole committee? No?
well, I
Mm.
mean,
I don't
it's
know.
just a consult at this
Yeah.
point, we're getting information.
Yeah,
Maybe we could ask Nancy to attend our next meeting here, and.
That's probably a good idea, because I've spoken to her about Figures before, so why
Yeah.
don't we invite her to come to
Yeah,
this?
yeah, 'cause she's got Betty's Neck and
Mm.
Biggers, and
Right, She has a lot of info.
So as far as inviting her to come to the next meeting?
I would.
I mean, are you gonna do it, Joan?
I'll do it.
or- okay. And I'll let her know it's to, discuss, our little, trail project here, trying to get everything lined up and
Yeah.
used. Okay. All right, that'll be good, all right.
And I think online too, it has to be better, because it says one Panettiere, you know,
Right,
when you do
that's
the
right, and
search.
it's not there
Even
at
when I
all.
did the pamphlet, and it's not
That's
there,
right, because
that's,
you use that, you found
Yeah.
Panettiere.
and then I
It's
went over there
not.
too, and I didn't,
Yeah, it's not.
I was driving around and walking around, but, yeah, okay,
So do we have, Tamarack Park doesn't really have hiking trails.
No, it
just has
doesn't.
trails down to the,
Down
to
to
the
the
wire,
water.
Yeah.
and that's it. So the list of trails are Betty's Neck,
Ted
Viggers,
Williams?
Ted
Ted
Williams.
Terry Williams, which you've walked, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
several
so-
times.
Yeah, so he
Take the dog
walks.
there all the time.
So that's three, and.
Biggers, Assawamsett School has one
that's
behind them.
Okay,
Right.
that's
And then
four.
you were talking about the Howland Road property that maybe
Right, Howland Road.
develop
right.
later.
I'll
mean,
find
they
out
don't-
about that before the next meeting. I
Yeah.
thought I would have it now, but I
So-
didn't get back from the assessor's office.
So four
there's
definites,
four
and
that
maybe,
I saw.
maybe Howland.
Yeah.
also. And that would be the extent of the existing trails.
Mm.
And we should start with getting the existing trails maintained,
Yeah.
organized, mapped, and
Ready to go.
advertised, easy access to, the town residents. And then if there's, if Howland jumps up as far as getting something started, but that's a lot more work to
Yeah,
Mm.
to
getting
start
new
it up,
trails
Right.
created, so.
Yeah.
But if we get the baseline and everything set up with what we got, and of course, some of it needs a little maintenance just to do that.
The road into Betty's Neck needs maintenance.
Yeah, now that.
Seems like that's always the case.
Isn't
It's-
that, but
it's-
it's a private road, but they let everybody use it, is it? I'm not
Do you
sure.
know? I mean, what's that building over on the right? I don't even know what that is.
Well, there's a working cranberry bog
Working
there.
cranberry-
Oh, is that
was.
what it is over
Yeah.
there? Okay.
So, and,
Because that was blocked off, right? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but that road is terrible.
yeah.
Yeah,
Potholes?
really bad.
Big potholes.
I went the day I was looking for the hiking trail.
You find yourself.
I'm gonna find some
and
trails
in the-
somewhere.
Be in the bog.
So,
All right, so I was,
Yeah.
we get,
Yeah,
we're
so
ready to
that's
go
it.
for next meeting,
Yep.
okay? Okay, that's, trails. Okay, agenda item 9 is the town-owned land parcels, determine level of protection, and Joan, you were gonna take a stab at that.
So I took a crack at it. These are the town-owned parcels. Their protection status. Whether they're in an industrial or residential area. How many acres they are. I mean, and there was some question, I mean, this, they don't have names. It says the Stable Shore, it's really the Stable Shore Conservation Area. Old Bridge Street is really the Stephen D. Kelly Conservation Area.
And do you have parcel IDs with that?
Maps and
Oh,
everything.
okay, right there, so, and
And I checked all this, I just contacted the assessor's office, and he was supposed to have me a new list by today, he didn't have it. Norman's working by himself this week, so, but he said he would get it. And, I mean, Howland Road is, a question that I have on here. So I'm gonna give this to you, and I'll have something more updated for you.
So how many parcels are involved? Do you have a count?
They're not, I mean, some of them are not very big, and the town owns a lot of teeny weeny
Yeah,
small
yeah,
parcels.
yeah.
They're not included here,
Right,
I
yeah.
just took the bigger ones.
Yep, no, that makes sense, because, yeah, some of mine are like point 0.1 acres or
Ex-
0.01.
0.32 acres, 0.61 acres.
Yeah.
So by the next meeting, I'll have the new list for you, but that's the list that we're working off of now.
Okay, so in protection, U is unprotected?
Unprotected,
And then-
perpetuity,
Yeah. And PT,
temporary, not in perpetuity. And I
Okay.
wanted to ask Melissa about the protection of the Ted Williams camp, because it says questionable, because they keep building on it. So to me, it's not protected.
The fire department's gonna be the
Right,
next one.
I didn't realize Melissa
Right.
wasn't gonna come tonight, so we can ask, well, I'll have an answer from them, because I have a list of things to go over with Norman at the assessor's office.
so there's 2 pages, and what's this?
Oh, I explained this, some of this land is chapter 40, 8C, and some of it is chapter 97. They have to be, they can't be taken out of protection unless there's a vote from the town that says yes and 2/3 of the state senate.
Wow.
So I gave you the explanations of those two kinds of
Okay.
properties.
All right, so I'll read through this, and then for next meeting, you're gonna,
Right, I'll have the rest of the information from the assessor's office.
so that should be all done. by
All
next
done,
meeting.
that'll be done.
Very good. Yeah. Good job.
Down.
Thanks, Joe.
See, I mean, what is the status of the Howland Road acreage? There's a 23-acre CR on it, but what about the rest? So that's my big question. All right, so we'll have that for the next meeting.
Very nice.
And when I get it, I'll send it to you.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, now the, agenda item 10, I didn't, as far as Joan did, inventory and prioritize land parcels for conservation interests and assess attributes. So I put down initial review of direction and the spreadsheet format. So I did bring a spreadsheet to hand out, I believe I did. Yeah. Okay, so I just got started on this, so I'm just gonna pass out the first page and pass those down that way. And I was started with vacant land. I know there's gonna be
Okay.
more than just vacant land in here, obviously agricultural properties, and there's gonna be overlap with the conservation restriction land and town-owned, state-owned. But I just took to get started, I took the vacant land spreadsheet that we got from the assessor's office, and I started to populate a spreadsheet, and I didn't get them all in here. I think there's probably close to 80 that are 5 acres and above. I wasn't gonna look at the ones below 5. So I just started with parcel ID, the number of acres. I was gonna status, there might be, right now it's vacant land, but it might also have a conservation restriction. And then when we put owner, I wasn't thinking of putting names in there where it's just town-owned, state-owned, private, or a conservation outfit. So it'll be a general owner, the status with whatever information we get when we do the analysis of the parcels. It does have the location where the parcel is, so, the first one, 24 acres on Mill Street. And then we were looking at what are the attributes that we want to look at as far as prioritizing them versus interest in conserving the land. Some of them are already going to be conserved on this, and that's good. And if it's in perpetuity, you don't have to think about them. So as we go through this next month, I'm going to take whatever input you give me. I'm going to try and populate it some more and add some things to it. We definitely want to know whether it's in a priority protection area or not. So, and I asked at the town administrator's office today if they could go to Serpide, because they have to have the parcel ID list, because you can tell when you look at the PPA map, it goes along parcel lines. But it's all one big green block here and there. So if we can get a list on a spreadsheet, we can cross-reference that to say yes or no, it's in a PPA designated area. So I've requested that, and Colleen was gonna send an email to Serpide and copy me, so I'll have the contact if there's further questions. But hopefully by next meeting, I will have that list, and if I do, I'll start to populate, the yes or no's in this spreadsheet. One of the other things we talked about was whether abuts water, or I guess if there's any water on the parcel itself or abuts water, that makes it a priority, criteria. And if it abuts protected land, these are things we talked about last meeting. And then if you look at Wildlands Trust slideshow, they had a attributes land trust look for in potential projects, and that's the slide is in that presentation. So what they look for, whether it's worthwhile going after the land, of course they are, but ecological significance, which is wildlife habitat, rare species, would definitely bring up the potential for the area. landscape context, that's abuts existing or potential conservation land, which we already have on there. Hydrological resources, which is, you know, riverfront, pond, estuary, or coastline, so anything to do with water, you know, brings up the interest. And drinking water supplies, of course. Recreational potential, public access, suitability for trail systems, you know, that would be a positive attribute. Productive agricultural lands, working farms, including bogs, and it says high-quality soils. I'm not sure we're going to know that, but definitely productive agricultural lands are of interest. Scenic view sheds and historic landscapes. So, and like I said, this is in their presentation, so yeah, everybody can get this. But I was going to kind of take that and try and fit everything into an 8.5 by 11 spreadsheet somehow, but I'll make narrow columns with yeses or nos for the attributes, and we'll see how it all works out after, once I get this more fully populated. I did start a second page. That's just more of the same, just inputting more from the vacant. And what I want to do is go through the vacant lots and make sure we're all happy with where this is going. And then I have the conservation restriction list. A lot of it's going to overlap. You know, some of them are already beyond here, maybe all of them, I don't know. And then we've got to somehow look at how agricultural lands are important. So it gets a little complex. It's going to take a while to put this together. But I figure we knock a block off at a time. Vacant land first, you know, that's...
Yeah.
Joan, is that fifth one down, the one you're talking about, Howland Road?
Yeah, no, that's hundreds of acres.
Oh, okay,
But there was a 20, so I'm not sure if this is part of it or not, that's my question.
okay.
But the Howland Road probably is hundreds of acres, so.
Wow.
And the vacant land list that I went off of, these are all in order by map, parcel ID. So they're all in one area together if you're looking at, you know, map 16, map 17. So I left them in that order. It didn't make sense to put them in order of size of lot.
Right.
But I think having them in the areas, when we go to analyze their attributes, they're gonna be in one area, be easier to go
Right,
look
it
at
makes
them.
more sense that way.
So, I think and that's the way the vacant, list was set up, so I think I'll keep that. And, I don't know, I know this is very preliminary, but if you have any other, suggestions, for next meeting, I wanna have something a little more solid to take a look at. Probably still dedicated to vacant lands, I don't know if we'll get beyond that, but, because I think there's gonna be about 80 of them on here. But,
A lot on Pickens Street, huh?
A lot.
and I didn't copy everybody on the second page, but it's not even finished yet, there's
Yeah.
more to go on here, but there's a bit on Freetown Street and Highland Road. A lot. But that's the start.
It is.
That's as far as I got.
Let's start somewhere.
Yep. So next meeting, like I said, I'll flesh this out with this, add some more of this Wildlands Trust attributes, and see what I can come up with for the next meeting. And that is gonna take a while to put together, but it'll progress. Maybe it'll be, this section is done, and it may end up being in sections. We'll see. The next item, new business, any correspondence or announcements. There's nothing that I've received that we haven't already talked about in the other agenda items. Any additional agenda items for next meeting besides carrying forward what we have? Okay. And,
And if I
Yeah.
talk to Nancy Yates and she can come, I'll let you know, so you can put her
Yeah.
on the agenda.
yeah, okay, and that'll be, you know, in the trails agenda item, but yeah, I can add that she's gonna be there to consult with. Yeah, that would be good. And then our next meeting, first Thursday in December, would be December 4th. Same time, same place.
Perfect.
Okay, and there anything else we need to discuss before we move to adjourn? All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
A second?
Second?
A second.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay. This meeting is adjourned.
Very good.